We just start with the fact. You know about India last year, how many people have been snake bitten? So it's 6,802. And how many died of it? It's 1,083. I know it may be a weird question here that why am I asking this, but can we just have a weird guess of how many were them registered valuers and insolvency professionals? This is actually, the risk what we take when we take an assignment of these deserted and isolated sites where we are subjected to, and we go in there. We all have to tackle the monkey menace, we have to tackle the snake bites, we have to tackle so many things. I hope you all agree with me. If yes, please raise your hands. Thanks. I know we all must have. Those who experienced the site would have. So this doesn't go in for womanhood or doesn't stand for a man. It is the assignment based and these sites we are subject to. So good evening today again. I will just start with how exactly we all are sitting here to celebrate International Women's Day. But good evening, what do you think? What exactly is the success story? The success story, it is subject to the hardships, to the problems we face. Everybody faces problems. In all professions we have challenges. Then why should we limelight things over here and say that yes, I am the one who's faced and I am the one who achieve, who can be subject to stardom? Does it sound right? Does that please respond with me? It'll be easy for me to communicate and talk with all of you. I was the one, she was she had to face difficulties, she was thrown. But I do not agree with the same key stereotype thinking. Why like that? Sita was the only survivor. Itni badi Lanka, itne Rakshas, itna wo 1 year, 12 months. And what? She was the one who led to the death of Ravana. Ravan Dayan is only because of the Sita. So only because of the courage, because of the power she had, she was the one who could lead to this. Are you all agreeing to it? Yeah, fine. So next is, we say, to the death of 100 Kauravas was, what was it? It was her self-respect. With self-dignity, her esteem, it got punctured. She didn't want to let go of it. She could have let go of it. Okay, fine, I will just move around with the other people and let's say how it enters. Nothing like this. So this is how, and how about King Dashratha? King Dashratha, itna bada kingdom, itna sab kuch. But what happened when he had to really subject to the plight of Kaikeyi? He could not say no. He really had to send Ramji to all this Vanvas. So this is the power of women we are talking about. Let's not talk about those historic. It is only when the invaders came to India, they were the ones who resulted that yes, we could have people, they were the ones who really brought misery to the lives of Indian women, Parda system, many other things. Let's not name those. So now today, if we are really agreeing with this, so we have to move further with the success story. Then only we can say we've been able to live the success story. So me, being an architect, I'll just talk about myself. Please, a little attention, what happens is, I'm just informal talk, very dil ki baat hai. It's dil diya galla with you all. So what is happening is, ek architecture ki course mein join kar liya, almost in a class of 60, we were just 9 girls. So ऐसा लगता था कि we are very VIPs, कोई carpentry का job है, तो ये कर देगा, वो carpenter भैया कर देगा. ऐसे करते करते the life became like a sweet thing. And equally my father being an architect, whenever he used to take me for the site, it will be, गुड़िया आई है, चलो चलो लिमका मुँह मारो. So I'll be like a VIP treated, बैठे देखा करा, और मुझे लगा life is just like a rolling carpet, and I'm next on the thing wherein I'm flying high, and I'm like a super achiever. एक red carpet wait कर रहा है. That was my dream. But actually life was very bitter. Life was not at all like this. पहला assignment मिला, and when I went to the site, contractor, labor, anybody for that matter, workers, कोई बात ही नहीं सुनने को तैयार, कोई भी नहीं सुनने को तैयार. मैं कुछ बोल रही हूँ, वो कुछ कर रहे हैं, मैं कुछ बोल रही हूँ, वो कुछ कर रहे हैं. मतलब with the thing, almost at times मैं तब तो गाड़ियाँ भी नहीं होती थी, साइड में आके रो लिया, फिर घर वापस आ गए. That used to be the plight, क्योंकि people were not in that thing. It was the gender bias dominated. It was a male dominant industry. They could not bear a woman standing on the side giving them instructions. ऐसा करो भैया, ऐसा करो, ऐसा नहीं करो, ऐसा नहीं करो. And one day there was a major transformation. What happened? मैंने उन लोगों को बात करते सुना. They said, मैम पढ़ तो लिया ही है, अब पढ़ाने भी जाओ, यहाँ पे क्यों आई हो? So this was the nation what they had. As a woman, अगर आप एक educated हो, only job what you are subject to is as a professor, lecturer, as a teacher. Do you agree with the ladies here? Do you agree with this? Are we only for this? Let's be loud. We're there for field jobs, we're there for any office jobs. We can equally handle being a teacher and academics very well because we start from teaching, start from learning. But this is not the only job we can be subject to. So this brought me into this कि ये नहीं चलेगा. I have to be a part of it. Gradually what I started, मैंने उनके साथ बैठ के चाय पीनी, उनसे उनकी घर की बात पूछनी, इधर की बात उधर की बात, तो मैंने उन्हें बताया कि ये जो है काम हम हाथ जोड़ के इन बॉन्डिंग वी कैन डू. सिर्फ बॉन्ड्स हमारी ईंटों में नहीं आने हैं, हमारे रिश्तों में बॉन्ड्स आएंगे तभी हम आगे बढ़ पाएंगे. So this is how they started accepting कि मैडम भी हमारे जैसी ही है. Sitting with them, फिर I used to guide them about their kids. And today, as of date, remarkably I say that is what I call as growth. Not growth as my personal, the growth which is of the industry. वो वर्कर्स ने अपने बच्चों को पढ़ा के किसी ने डिप्लोमा करवाया, किसी ने डिग्री करवा दी और वो आज सब प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं. और उनके जो मतलब पेरेंट्स हैं मेरे साथ 12-12, 15-15 साल से काम कर रहे हैं. So this is where we all unite together. And I learned कि supervisor बन के नहीं, it's there you have to be one amongst them to work amongst them. And as a person, as a lady, we have faced so many problems. Like I'll just tell you, abhi there's a problem. What today also we say कि नहीं भी भारत में toilets होने चाहिए, and we should not do all this. But what about Indian women? Where are they put into the? Do we have equipped toilets for a site? एक कहीं पे भी चल रही है, आप इसी बिल्डिंग में ही देखिए, you will have to go all around. और अगर ये रॉ बिल्डिंग होगी, कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रही होगी, तो एक छोटा सा टॉयलेट बना होगा, which will be only for the labor class, wherein you cannot even think of entering. So why can't we think about those people also? Why not? Why shall we omit about this? So this is where I further things. Sudha Murthy, I really idolize her. You know, she's been a mentor, and she really teaches you how you can equally learn from being simple and really getting into the values of life. So being a registered valuer or an architect, कुछ मतलब नहीं रखता जब तक हमारी values for life नहीं आती. So this is how what we talk about as a women. So one more thing, like what I will just try to tell you is about, that is like what happens is, just a second, sorry. See what happens when I was talking to, so what we will be discussing is about like Sudha Murthy's incident. She said, what did I teach to my kids? And what, till date, she's a person who just has 7 to 8, maximum 10 sarees in a wardrobe. She says, I don't use much. हर दिन के लिए एक है, बहुत है. Why shall I waste my time? So this is the simplicity what she has adapted. We may not adapt the same because we are in a social binding, but inside our heart, we have to reflect that. And this is what we can actually take care of. There's an old story we all have learned in the school about Kachua and Khargosh. Now, what do we correlate? I correlate the Kachua is the women gender. And why so? धीरे धीरे अपनी चाल बनाते हुए, धीरे धीरे अपना रास्ता बनाते हुए, टुडे हम लोग ज़्यादा नेटवर्क कर सकते हैं, हम लोग ज़्यादा काम कर सकते हैं, हम लोग हर चीज़ को हैंडल कर सकते हैं. एक घर बिना एक लेडी के घर नहीं रहता. It is a house. It doesn't turn to home till in the absence of a lady. कोई भी relationship है, nothing can be taken care without a woman being present there. So it is us who are really going ahead with this. So it is us, let's just live up to the relations. Let's just brighten up ourselves. And I really applaud those people who have the courage and they have fighting, or they have gone in for all these struggles and they have survived all this. And this is where we as women can really uplift our people and we can go ahead with the families. एक सशक्त नारी जिसको हम बोलते हैं, she has the power of really transforming the world. There's a serial coming in these days, Rani Ahilyabai, if you would have spotted it on the TV. My mother, my mom-in-law, मतलब they are just fans. क्या revolutionary है, क्या वो है, मतलब when I was discussing with my mom, she said, रहने दो तुम लोग बातों वाले हो. She is the one who's brought, and that's how she has an airport in her name. And where are we? We're just boasting and bragging our things. So I think this is Nari Shakti in reality, which can change the world, and this is where I feel we all can really lead and go in for. So मेरी जो भी आज female दोस्त हैं, सबको मैं यही गुजारिश करूँ कि let's just believe in ourselves and rise to our dreams, and we can further change the world. We can do everything, and this is what I feel here. And my special thanks to all of you who invited me and listening to me, being patient enough. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.